So as some of you may know, I did recently create a video with Polo Parachutes over on his channel where we talked about the top 5 things that you should not be doing if you have intentions on growing here on YouTube. But we knew going into that video whenever we made it that we were gonna have to make some kind of follow-up for you guys because, well, you're gonna wanna know what you should be doing, right? So that's today's video. Let's go ahead and get it started.
I just wanna see what she about now. She just hit me up and said she down.
Yo, what's going on, gamers? Welcome back to the channel. And as you can see, I'm not Eric. My name is Chris, aka Polo Parachutes, and today we have a very valuable part 2 collab video for you guys today. If you haven't already, check the link in the description. That's going to take you to the part 1 of this collab series that we did. And the first video was about 5 things that new YouTubers should not do. Very valuable information, so make sure you go check that out. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, and subscribe so that we can get this information pushed out to more aspiring YouTubers like yourself. And I'm gonna pass it back to Eric so he can let you know what we have for you guys today.
Today we have some pretty invaluable information for you guys because we're gonna be sharing with you not 5, but 10 of the top things that you should be doing today to be able to start growing your channel the way that you wanna see it grow. So enough talk, let's go ahead and get right into tip number 1. So to kick things right off, we're gonna go ahead and talk about audio. And one of the things that I talked about last week was that you guys shouldn't be focused on your gear acquisition syndrome or gas or however you wanna refer to it as, where you're basically just too focused on getting equipment and you're not really focused on the content itself of the videos. Well, the exception to that is audio. Audio for the video making industry is basically like having a great actor in a movie. If you have a bad movie or a bad script per se, and you have an amazing actor like Robert Downey Jr. or something like that, those actors can take those movies and elevate them to the next level just simply by their presence. Well, the same concept applies when it comes to audio for YouTube videos. If your video doesn't look that great, but your audio is crisp and it sounds good and it makes, you know, the viewer kind of feel like they're part of the actual video itself because of how good it sounds, they're going to continue to come back for more, and that's going to naturally grow your channel. So make sure you're investing a little bit of money into the microphone before you get started. You want to have anywhere between $50 to $150 range as your very first mic, and make sure it's a good USB mic. And if you guys go on the cheaper side, just make sure you know how to use things like Audacity to go ahead and do some editing on the voiceovers before you go ahead and publish the videos, because the last thing you want is to sound really strange over on your videos because you bought a cheap mic. Good audio is so important for keeping the viewer's attention throughout the whole video, and trust me, they will keep coming back for more, and it will naturally grow your channel.
That was a great point. Once you have some decent audio, whether you are just starting 2 weeks in or 2 months in, it's most important that you start to think about self-awareness. You really want to drill down and identify what you want your channel to be about, but most importantly, what you want to be about. Do you want to have your channel just for fun? Is it just a hobby? Is this something that you do in your spare time just to pass the time? Or is this something that you really want to grow into a possible career, a possible source of income for yourself? These are critical questions you need to ask yourself so you can have that self-awareness and understand what you want to do with your channel. Because depending on what you want to do with it dramatically changes how you need to approach your channel. So for myself, for example, it started off as a hobby, I will say, because I already knew how to edit videos and I was already pretty good at Call of Duty, and I've been playing Call of Duty for 10 years. So putting videos together wasn't really a new thing for me. It started off as a hobby, but quickly turned into something that I could really see myself growing with, and just having a place for gamers to get together and play Call of Duty and talk about the newest things and have gaming lobbies where everybody's in and just having fun. So it really grew into something bigger than what I thought it would be, and the journey continues. But all of that growth came from me identifying, okay, where am I right now in my journey? Is this just a hobby? And if I want to turn it into something more than a hobby, where do I want it to go? And right now it's a growing community, and I'm blessed to have it. But it all started with identifying where you wanted to take your channel and having that self-awareness to understand where you're going to go with it.
Tip number 3 for not only growing your channel but also growing your content is to simply make a script or some kind of plan for each week and each video that you're gonna do. To get into an idea of like what this would look like, imagine you guys were in school and you have some kind of big time presentation that you have to take care of with a specific topic in class, and your entire graduation that you've been working on for years depends on this one presentation. You have to get it right. But instead of working hard and making sure you know what you're gonna say, you slack off and you play video games or you watch Netflix or you do anything else but the presentation that you actually need to do. When the deadline comes for that presentation to actually be shown, you have nothing to show for it and you just kind of have to wing it and hope you don't fail. The same thing applies to whenever you're making videos. Even if you guys don't do scripted content, even if it's something that's more improv or, off the cuff style, you still have to organize your thoughts and kind of get an idea of what you want the video to be about before pressing the record button, because if you don't, then it's going to be jumbled and it's going to be very messy. And quite frankly, the viewer is just not going to watch it. It's important that if you want to grow on YouTube, you know what you want to say and you say it in a way that's going to make sure a viewer feels like they want to come back for more because your opinion is important to them. You have to make them feel like what you have to say is just as important as somebody else that they look up to with 1 million subscribers. So plan your content out, make sure you're scripting your videos if it fits your style, and take the time to actually think about what you're gonna do before the day comes where you're like, oh crap, I have to put out a video. Trust me, your content will thank you for it.
And I agree a lot with that point Eric just made. Having a plan and script for your videos is very key. Another key, which goes into point 4, is to start finding the niche that you are interested in so that you can add value to it. Adding value is so key for your videos because that's the reason why people are watching you. Why are they clicking on your video? Are you a funny person? Are you entertaining? Are you knowledge-based? Are you teaching as in a how-to setting? These are things that you also need to be asking yourself, because that's going to determine how you add value to your viewers. If you're not adding any value to your viewers, if they're not gaining anything, if they're not feeling anything from watching you, they're not really going to click on you. And if they do, they're not going to be coming back. So figuring out what niche you are interested in and adding value to that niche and your viewers is super critical. Niche also would apply to, okay, if you're a gaming channel, you're gonna have to drill it down to a certain genre of gaming if you want to have your channel grow. Again, this also ties into the point made earlier. Are you doing this for fun, or are you doing this to really grow the channel? If you're really trying to grow the channel, like these tips are for, you have to drill down your niche. If you're a gaming channel, I would recommend you focusing on a genre of gaming. So you could do racing games, you could do FPS shooter games, you can do arcade type games, you could do throwback type of games. Build your channel around a niche subject. My channel for myself is 100% Call of Duty based. Now, I won't be doing any Grand Theft Auto gaming, I won't be doing any Need for Speed gaming. Do I play those games outside of my YouTube channel? Of course, I love playing those games, but for the channel, it's strictly Call of Duty gaming. Now, that doesn't mean I can't play different Call of Duty games. I've played Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, I'm playing Modern Warfare, I'm playing Warzone, I'm gonna be playing Black Ops Cold War when it comes out. But having that niche helps my viewers understand, okay, when I go to Polo Parachute's channel, I know what I'm getting. I'm going to be getting consistent niche content. So that's why you really want to have an idea of the niche that you're going to be in, and then figure out how to add value to it, i.e., are you going to be entertaining while you're playing Call of Duty? Are you going to be knowledge-based while you're playing Call of Duty? Are you going to be giving how-tos and tips when you're playing Call of Duty? Or are you doing all of the above? You can mix and match and see what works for you, but drilling down to a specific niche is very key in growing your channel on YouTube.
Now, this next tip is a big one. It's all about SEO and making sure you have good thumbnails. Trust me when I say your content inside of your video is important, but it is not as important as what you write your title as and what your thumbnail looks like. You could have the greatest video on the planet, but if you have a terrible thumbnail or you don't do a very good title, trust me when I say nobody is going to click on your video. It's even happened to me. YouTube is a giant website full of billions of videos, not even kidding, millions of videos are uploaded every single day, and somehow you're supposed to be found in this giant sea of content. You have to be able to know how to title your videos and create engaging thumbnails. Using tools like vidIQ is a huge way to help you with SEO if you don't know anything about it, but honestly, just simply doing a simple Google search or something like that to be able to learn how to title things. Search engine optimization is extremely important when it comes to YouTube because the entire site is just a giant search engine. So make sure you guys take the time to do the research. Just simply go on to a second secondary account on YouTube and just type in how to play and see what pops up, because those things that are popping up in the search results, that's what people are actually searching up. That can be just a jumping off point for you guys to get an idea of what you want to do your content on. Do how-to content and bring in viewers that way, but make sure you do some kind of research to figure out how you want to title your videos, because that is a big important thing when it comes to searching for videos. And then obviously once they have searched it, you have to be able to make sure that you can entice them to click on your video out of everybody else's, and the way you do that is with your thumbnail. So between your title and your thumbnail, those are the two things that are going to bring people into your video, whether it's good or bad.
Let's get right into tip number 6, which honestly hits me the hardest, and is network with other creators to build a community. People forget that YouTube started off as a social media website like Facebook, like Twitter. It was simply a site where you just upload videos, put your face on your profile picture, and you could reach out to other people on the platform. Now fast forward to today, it's a little bit different, still the same underlying concept though, and people forget about that. So this is going to drive home on that point. You have to network and reach out and connect with other content creators. If your goal is to grow your channel, you cannot do it alone. You have to reach out to other people. This is so key because it just builds a community for your channel. Your channel is going to become a community if you're trying to grow, and you want to have a good community, an active community. If you are not connecting and reaching out to other content creators, nobody's really going to be checking for you, if we're being honest. Yes, you want to utilize and fully optimize the SEO like we mentioned in the tip before this, but you also have to do the ground game and reach out to content creators, because you have all these videos, but at the end of the day, behind the videos are real people, and you have to really connect with them. Now, I'm not saying you need to become best buddies, but come on now, we're all in this thing trying to get to the same goal, and that's grow, and we can help each other grow, and it's better to grow together, because then the communities combine and then they both grow together. It's so key, and it's really game changing if you really think about it, because so many people are trying to do this YouTube thing by themselves and not reach out to anybody. And honestly, in a couple of months and even years, you look back, those people are probably still going to be small because they haven't connected with anybody. You can't grow as an island. You have to reach out, utilize resources, and create with each other, and you'll grow with each other.
Number 7 is going to go ahead and piggyback off of what Polo just said about networking and connecting with other creators and how it can help build your community. But if you guys were able to find somebody within doing that actually has similar ideals to you, that is kind of on the same path as you, or hell, even on the same path as you for sure, you should do a collab with that person if you can, because at the end of the day, you have no idea how many of your viewers and how many of their viewers would be interested in your content and otherwise would have never been exposed to you. There's a good chance that you guys will be able to grow not only your fan base, but the other content creators' fan base at the same exact time. It'll be a win-win for both. Take a look at me and Polo, for example. When we dropped last week's video, not only has it gained over 300 views in a week, but he's gained over 50 subscribers in that time frame. And for me on my channel, where the video didn't even drop, I've gained 25 subscribers at the time of this recording. So at the end of the day, finding like-minded YouTubers to collab with will only expand your actual fan base and the other content creators' fan base. And honestly, a lot of times it's just gonna make the content overall better, which means a better viewer experience, more watch time, and overall just continued growth on your channel.
Now, this might be my second favorite tip out of all of these 10, and that is you have to retain your current viewers to make them lifelong fans. If you don't engage with your current subscribers, they're going to leave. Let's be real, we're small content creators. If you're watching this video, you are trying to get your channel up off the ground, and most likely you're below 1,000 subscribers. And even above 1,000 subscribers, you still need to take this tip into account. You have to engage with your community, man. You know, so say you have already supported some other channels, you know, they're posting a video, you posted a video, you know, and then they comment on your video, but you don't reply back, and then you also don't check out their content. They're going to unsubscribe to you, and they're going to stop supporting you, and they're going to stop engaging with you. Why? Because you did not engage back. You can't be too big for the little things, and this is so key. You have to be there for your community, because without them, you would have nothing. That's super key. Without your community, you would have nothing. So to keep them, you have to engage with them. If you're really trying to grow this YouTube thing, you have to respond to comments. You have to watch their videos if you're subscribed to them, and continue to support each other. And again, let me make a disclaimer, only subscribe to them if you're supporting them for real and you're interested in their content. Don't do sub for sub. And this was a tip that was in the previous video. Just to plug that in right here, make sure you go check out that video on my channel. Link is in the description. But back to the point at hand, You have to retain your current viewers, and to do that, you have to engage with them, man. You can't be too big for the little things. Don't forget them. Once you get bigger, it's going to be harder to comment back to every single comment under your video. But putting forth that effort shows your community, hey, he actually cares about us. He doesn't think he's too big just to comment back to us. And let's be honest, it doesn't take that long to respond back to 50 comments, 100 comments. You could do that in 10 minutes. It's not saying that you have to write an essay for every person, but just saying, hey, thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. It just goes the long way, man. And it's the right thing to do, for being honest. Like, they could easily not watch you. They took their time to watch you and comment on your video. They deserve to get a response back from you. Such a critical point, I think. With that said, I'm gonna pass it back to Eric.
And with number 9, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with this. And it's the simple fact that consistency is king. If there's nothing else I can say to you that's going to help you, one thing I know for sure is that if you guys stay consistent, you will be successful. Take me, for example. My first year out of college, within the first 6 to 7 months of being in my marketing job, I was able to become a manager. And yes, I know that's a weird flex, but the point I'm making to you is that I was just some kid that came out of college that I got a psychology degree, you know, nothing fancy, nothing special. And I was able to go and make more money than most people who come out of engineering school. And it's not because I'm some talented salesperson. It's not because of anything crazy, like I had these crazy sales techniques. It really wasn't. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't the best salesperson in my job, but the consistency that I brought to my job every single day when I walked in there, I knew that I was going to push my hardest and stay consistent no matter what in everything that I do when I came to that job, and I was able to become a manager within 6 months. That same mentality that I had, I have to take that and put it into this. And you guys need to do something similar to that end as well. If you are not consistent, you are not going to make it. And it's not trying to be mean, it's just simply telling you that if you guys don't have consistency, whether it be from the YouTube video schedule or just having the passion for being able to do it, you aren't gonna be able to make it. So make sure above all else, if nothing gets to you from this video, make sure this is the one thing that you take to heart. Be consistent in what you're doing. If this is what you want, go for it, but don't do it half-assed. Give it 100%, try your hardest, and at the end of the day, if you quote unquote fail, you didn't fail. You still tried your hardest, so in my eyes, and it should be in your eyes as well, you freaking succeeded.
Now, you can take all of these points into consideration, but if there is one point you must leave this video with, it is you have to be yourself above all else. I've actually preached this in previous videos on my channel. You have to be yourself, man. You have to be yourself. And you want to know why? Because nobody on this planet can be you. Nobody can laugh like you. Nobody has the mindset like you. Nobody has the vision or the ideas like you. Like, you have to be yourself, man. That is your greatest advantage on this platform where there are so many content creators. I don't want to scare anybody, but there are millions of active users on the platform YouTube monthly, millions monthly. And the only way you will stand out in that ocean of content creators is by being yourself, because nobody can be you. No one laughs like you. No one thinks like you. So put that on the forefront of your videos. Think of ways that you can incorporate your personality onto your videos, onto your channels. That's going to be your bread and butter. Trust me, that's going to be your competitive advantage, because again, nobody can be you. You have to be yourself, trust in yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, learn new things. But at the end of all these points that we made, take time to learn the SEO, collabing with creators, having good audio. On top of all those things, the most important is be yourself above all else, man. That's like the final piece to the puzzle, if we're being 1000% honest. That's all I can say. Literally all I can say. That's how critical it is. You have to be yourself and trust the process.
The most important thing that you guys can do, though, is now that you've finished watching the video, there's 2 things you need to do. Number 1, you need to make sure you do some critical thinking about what you've seen here today and what you've heard, because not every piece of advice is going to apply to you. Some of the advice is only going to apply to certain people, so you need to use critical thinking to think about that and figure out, you know, what things can I use that Polo and I told you today that you'll be able to use to then immediately start growing your channel. And the second thing you need to make sure you do is make sure that you actually go ahead and implement these things. There are so many people that go and watch all of these videos for months and just keep watching videos and watching videos and watching videos and thinking, oh man, you know what, I'm gonna be able to do this and do that. And they watch Alpha Gaming for streaming, and they watch, you know, Sean Thinks for YouTube, and you watch us for YouTube, and whatever it may be. You guys sit here and do this, and you watch the videos just like I was for probably like a month or two, and you never press record. Just like Sean Thinks says, you have to press record to be able to start making videos. So as soon as this video is over, if you don't already have a script planned, go write a script, come up with a video, and press record, please. It's going to be the best thing, because your worst videos are going to be your first videos, no matter how much you study. Trust me, go back and look at the first video I produced. It was pretty cool, the Call of Duty parts of it. Go look at the parts where I was actually talking in the video. It's pretty bad. The audio's bad. I kind of am a little bit weird in the video. Like, I seem very nervous, you can tell. Trust me when I say, just go do this, guys. But before I forget, make sure you guys
check out my channel for the most 5 common mistakes that YouTubers are making when they first start out on their YouTube journey. Also, you want to come over to my channel if you're very into Call of Duty like I am. Been playing Call of Duty for 10 years. With the new Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War coming out in a few months, I will be posting all of the latest content regarding that new Call of Duty. So do yourself a favor, drop the like, comment, subscribe under my channel if you want to stay up to date and join the community that we have over there. We'd love to have you. Also, thank you for rocking with us on this video and watching it all the way through. And thank you to Eric for having me on his channel so we could give you guys valuable information to help you on your YouTube journey.
I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching today, and of course thank you to Polo for the amazing collaborations. We've had a great time doing it. If you guys don't mind doing me a massive favor and just dropping a like on the video for us, I really would appreciate it. I know he would too. If you guys want to go ahead and continue the conversation on Twitch, you know where to find me. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting around 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll catch you guys there. And with that, again, as always, gamers,
stay awesome, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.